Hello friends, welcome to the third lecture on commission, brokerage and discount. In this lecture we are going to discuss about the last topic of the chapter, that is bill discounting or discounting of bill. In this lecture we are going to see the terms related with bill discounting or which are required to understand bill discounting. Now, one thing I want to make clear from this year, as the paper you are going to solve will have objectives, and in that objectives you will be asked the theory as well as the examples. So, you must know the theory properly to solve the objectives, and hence I think that you should make your theory concepts also clear. And without theory, examples cannot be solved because theory is the base for examples. But now from onwards, you will also have to make the use of theory in your paper. So please go through the theory thoroughly so that it will make you easy to solve your objectives as you do for other remaining subjects. Okay, so starting with our topic, now we are, as I told you, we will see some terms and then we will understand what is discounting of bill. We are going to see first three terms, that is present worth, sum due and true discount. Now whatever concept here we are going to see is related on giving a credit of money on buying the goods. So if you see, when a businessman sells a good on credit, if you pay the cash, all the problem is sorted there. But when you do a business on credit basis, the price on the goods are not the same as that for on the date of purchasing, because the businessman thinks of his profit, and for his profit he gives a interest to the buyer for some period on which the credit is allowed. So you have to remember this thing, that all this study is related with giving a credit on the goods for some time period. So we are going to understand these concepts, three terms, using one example, a very simple example. What does the example say? If suppose there are goods of worth rupees 100. Now if the payment is made on that same day, the goods rupees you have to pay is 100 only. But if the credit is allowed by a businessman or by the seller for 4 months, then that seller will quote a price, will give you a price by adding the interest for 4 months. So you will have to pay, the buyer will have to pay the interest for that 100 rupees for giving a credit for 4 months. Now that interest will be in the terms of percentage. Suppose we say that the rate of interest is 12% per annum, then the interest for 4 months, if you calculate, will be 4 rupees. Using mathematics, you can see that the interest for 1 year is 12% on 100 rupees for 1 year. For each month, if you calculate, it is 12 rupees. As there are 4 months, so it is 4 rupees. So this way the interest is 4 rupees. Therefore, how much is the customer have to pay after 4 months? 104 rupees. So it is clear to you. Now here comes the terms then. And if you see, today if you are paying 100, but after 4 months you are paying 104. So today's 100 and 104 at that day are same, are equivalent to each other. On that day you will be paying 104, so it will be same as 100 rupees of today. Now here 100 rupees is said to be as the present value, today's value. So present value of 104 rupees, that is due after 4 months. Then what is 104 rupees? It is a sum due. That is, what is the amount due to be given after 4 months? Is 104 rupees. And 104, how did you obtain? 100 plus 4. Then that 4 rupees is the true discount. It is said to be as a true discount. We term is at a true discount. Actually, it is an interest paid on 100 rupees. We call it as a true discount. Now, how is that true discount calculated? So, it is a interest on the present worth. How it is calculated? True discount is the interest on the present worth. We get an important relationship here. If you see on the slide, what is that relation? Present worth plus true discount is equal to sum due. And by using the abbreviations, if you see present worth, P यूज़ किया है, वर्थ का W, सो P डॉट W प्लस ट्रू डिस्काउंट में T डॉट D, and same way for sum due. And this is the important relationship. So this relationship is important while solving the examples also, so you have to remember. So you can just remember this example. Once you remember the example, understand the example, relation is easy. And what is the formula for true discount then? You have studied this formula in your simple interest examples. If you study simple interest is equal to P into N into R upon 100. So I think you all have recollected. So what is P here? Present worth into N into R upon 100. Now we know the terms. So P dot W is the principal or the present worth, anything. N is the period of the bill. Here in terms of years, if it is given in terms of months, you have to convert it in terms of years. And R is the rate of interest per annum. So this way you can calculate the true discount. So true discount relationship, important relationship formula you get is true discount is equal to present worth into N into R upon 100. So in this way you can solve the problems related with sum due, present worth or true discount. Now we go to the next term. Now from here we are going to start the actual terms that will be required while studying discounting of bill. All these terms are somewhere connected with discounting of bill or giving the money on credit. So from that point of view, you see the terms drawer and drawee. Now they are very simple terms. A person who draws the bill is called the drawer. So there are two persons in the scenario. One is a seller, other is a buyer. The seller draws a bill in the name of the buyer, so he is a drawer. Then a person on whom the bill is drawn is called a drawee. So here the drawee is the buyer because on his name the bill will be drawn, so he has to make the payment, so he is a drawee. In overall, in some different situations the drawer and drawee changes. I think you know better than me while studying your accounts, while studying SP, you have these terms, you have this concept there also. So from that point of view, you know these terms properly, but we are going to study this in terms of mathematics. So for mathematics itself, you have to remember only this much thing, so that you will, even if they are asked in your objectives, you can apply there also. Okay, that is a drawer and drawee. Now what is the date of bill? Now see, date of bill, when date of bill comes in the picture, it is when you are giving the money in the credit. Face value, again when it is the scenario is of the credit. So what is the date of bill? The date on which the bill is drawn is called as the date of bill. Whatever date you write the bill, that is the date of bill. Now what is the face value? The amount for which the bill is drawn is called the face value of the bill. So whatever the amount is given, for that the bill is drawn. So nothing to explain more, it is very simple and clear. Now next point is important. Face value is the sum due on the present worth. So when you are making a bill, so that bill, if you are going to pay after some months, after few days, then you have to add the discount, the interest with it. So it is the same as the sum due. So face value is the sum due on the present worth. Now period of bill. The period of the bill is the time after completion of which the drawer receives the payment. Yes. So you have drawn the bill today, but when is that bill given? The money is to be paid is the period on that day is said to be the period of the bill when you will get the payment for that. So that is the period of bill. Now based on period of bill there are two dates. One is the nominal due date and the legal due date. Now what is nominal due date? The date on which the bill is paid is a nominal due date. So the period of bill expires, or on the other words, the date on which the period of bill expires is called nominal due date. Suppose the bill is drawn today, that is 13 July 2020. Now the bill is credited for 3 months, so the payment is allowed after 3 months. So after 3 months, what date you will get? So it will be 13th September 2020. Yes. So 13th October 2020. So that is your nominal due date. The date on which the bill expires, the period of the bill expires, is said to be as a nominal due date. Then the buyer has to make the payment on that day. So it is very clear as I told previously. Then legal due date. Along with this nominal due date, some 3 days of grace are allowed to the buyer, and these 3 grace days added to the nominal due date give legal due date. So what was the nominal due date in our example? 13th October 2020. Now 3 days can be added grace for the buyer. So that is 16th October 2020. So that is allowed. So when you understand, when you do the examples for period of bill, you have to take into consideration the nominal due date as well as the legal due date also. So I think this is clear to you. Now next and the important topic of the chapter, discounting a bill. Now what is discounting of bill? You all know what is discounting of bill. The definition says that if the drawer of bill wants the money before the legal due date. Now see, it is very important thing. If a drawer of the bill wants the money before the legal due date, he has some requirement. उसकी ज़रूरत है, उसको डेट लीगल ड्यू डेट से पहले पैसा चाहिए. Then there is a facility available at the bank. The bank or an agent discounts a bill and pay the amount to the drawer. The drawer wants the money. The drawee of the bill is not in the scenario. He can't pay the bill before the legal due date. So the bill can be paid by the bank. So bank comes in the picture, or any agent. And what does they do? They discount the bill. So and pay the amount to the drawer. Do they pay the whole amount to the drawer? No, after deducting some amount from the face value of the bill. So they give some interest. They put some interest on that face value, and that interest is deducted. So that is discounted. Interest is paid, that is discounted, and therefore the remaining amount is paid to the drawer. And this is called as discounting the bill or discounting a bill. So discounting of bill, again, if a drawer of a bill wants the money before the legal due date, that is at that day legal due date he is going to be getting the money, but before that date he want the money. Then he goes, there is a facility available. Now here if you see, detailing is not done all the detailing I think you study in accounts, but here in short, what is the main idea behind it is explained. The bank gives the money, pays the amount after discounting the bill, that is deducting the interest from the bill, and that is what is discounting a bill. Now on that basis you will see the next three terms or three topics: banker's discount, cash value, and banker's gain. Now what is banker's discount? When a bill is discounted in the bank is going to deduct the amount from the face value we discussed at a given rate, some rate of interest for a period from the date, and pay the balance. Now from which date he comes, on which day he comes, from that date to his final legal due date, the time period interest is calculated, and that interest for those remaining days is deducted from the face value, and the remaining is paid to the drawer, and that amount which is deducted is the banker's discount. That much amount bank. So for what the bank will pay the money to you? What is the use for the bank? So he takes a discount. He takes an interest on that money when he lends that to the drawer. So that is called as banker's discount. इसका मतलब बैंक जो पैसा निकाल लेती है इंटरेस्ट की तौर से उस फेस वैल्यू में से, वो होता है बैंकर्स डिस्काउंट. मतलब अगर 100 रुपये है और उसको 4 रुपये का इंटरेस्ट मिला है कैलकुलेट करने के बाद, तो 96 रुपीज़ वो ड्रॉवर को दे देगा और 4 रुपीज़ बैंक खुद के पास रखेगा, एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट इज बैंकर्स डिस्काउंट इज. नाउ कैश वैल्यू. व्हाट इज कैश वैल्यू? द अमाउंट पेड टू द होल्डर ऑफ अ बिल आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग बैंकर्स डिस्काउंट. मतलब अब देखो हमने जो कैलकुलेशन किया, 100 में से 4 रुपीज़ थे बैंकर्स डिस्काउंट, 100 रुपीज़ थी फेस वैल्यू. सो कैश वैल्यू क्या हो गई? 96 रुपीज़. सो द कैश वैल्यू ऑफ अ बिल paid on date of discounting. On which date you have done the discounting is said to be as the date of discounting. Then true discount. Now see how this banker's discount and true discount you can compare them. True discount is calculated on present worth. And on what is banker's discount calculated? Yes, banker's discount is calculated on face value. Face value is same as sum due. So which discount is more, true discount or banker's discount? Yes, the banker's discount will obviously be more than the true discount, because face value is by adding the interest. For that, when the businessman is giving on credit, he is adding the interest. So face value is more than present worth. So banker discount is also more than the true discount. Then banker's discount is always higher than the true discount, and hence the difference. So you get the last term, banker's gain. What is banker's gain? The difference between banker's discount and true discount is called as the banker's gain. So what is the gain of bank? That he gains the discount of bank minus the true discount. So whatever the amount that is obtained is the banker's gain. Okay, so all the terms are clear to you. Now here in the concluding slide of our theory, we are going to see some abbreviations and formula. If you see here on the slide, you see the formula of true discount. It is important, so I have just taken it first. So we will start our abbreviations. Actually, there is a technical problem, so the true discount formula is appeared first. So I was just joking about it. Now we are starting with our abbreviations. So abbreviations are the writing in short, each thing writing in short. So first is present worth. We write present worth as P dot W, or we say it as P. Second is sum due or face value, so S dot D or F dot V, whatever term is there in the example. True discount T dot D, banker's gain B dot G, banker's discount B dot D, cash value C dot V. So these are all the abbreviations that we are going to use further. Now we will see some list of the formulas that we are going to require. So this is a summary of all the things that we have studied. So the first is sum due. First formula that we saw, what was that? Sum due is equal to present worth plus true discount. Then what was true discount? True discount is present worth into N into R upon 100. N is the number of years, that is the period. R is the rate of interest. Then the next formula is banker's discount. Now banker's discount is calculated on sum due. So S dot D into N into R upon 100, or face value, you can say it as face value or sum due. Then next is banker's gain. Now see, banker's gain, you will have two formulas. One is, what is banker's gain? The banker's gain is interest on the true discount. Okay, so on true discount, whatever interest additional you will get will be the banker's discount, banker's gain. And the other formula for banker's gain is banker's discount minus true discount, that we have discussed previously. But this formula is also important. What is that? Banker's gain is equal to true discount into N into R. So interest is calculated on true discount. And the last is cash value. What is the cash value? The sum due minus banker's discount. The cash value is given to the drawer of the bill. So how much it is given? The total amount minus the bank's discount is deducted. So that is the cash value. So sum due minus banker's discount. In this way, all the theory is completed here. Now we will see the examples related with it in our next lecture. So prepare all the theory part in this that we have studied today, so that it will make you easy to solve the examples and understand the examples. So once again, be safe, be at home, keep studying, and bye students, be happy, bye.